Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear beautiful girls? Inshallah, today I'm going to explain Unit 3, Lesson 1, Learning about Places. Of course, in the previous lessons or in the previous units, we were talking about history and what happened in our world in the past. This unit, we are going to talk about something that's completely different, which is the geography of the place in which we live. The first lesson, titled Learning About Places, is the first lesson of today. Let us start. Of course, you know that our Earth is not completely round. We call the shape of it geoid. So, geoid is the shape of Earth. Geoid means slightly flat ball shape, as you can see here from this picture. This is the geoid shape of Earth. It's nearly like the oval shape, but it's not oval. We call it geoid, slightly flat ball shape. Okay. The land on Earth is divided into 7 continents. What are continents? A continent is a big mass of land that is divided into countries, like Africa, for example. This is the continent of Africa. It is divided into so many countries like Egypt, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, South Africa, and so on. So this is the meaning of the word continent. The 7 continents of the world are like this. The first and the biggest one is Asia. The next big one, Africa. Then we have Europe. Asia, Africa, and Europe are called the continents of the old world because people started living in these countries, in these continents, millions of years ago. But they recently knew North America, South America, and the smallest continent, Australia, and the one in the south, which is all the time cold, is Antarctica. These are the 7 continents of the world. The Middle East is between Asia and Europe, and it is very close to North Africa. Here in this location, we can find the Middle East in which we live. Next one. There are 2 kinds of maps that you should know. There are 2 kinds of maps that you should know and know the difference between them. The first one is a physical map and the next one is a relief map. Look at the first one here. This one is called the physical map. The physical map. Once you look at the physical map, you can identify the natural features of land. You can see the mountains, the seas, the rivers, the plains, and the deserts. Even the forests can be shown on physical maps. So the physical map or physical maps show the natural features of land such as mountains and rivers. The next one is a relief map. It is usually shown using colors. Using the colors, we can know the highland, the lowland, the flat land, the tops of mountains, because relief maps show how land is formed on its surface. Look at this relief map of Saudi Arabia. The green color refers to that these areas are flat level land or plains. The dark brown means that here we have high mountains. The light brown lower lands, and the yellow color refers to deserts. The white color refers to the highest places or tops of mountains because they are usually covered with snow. These are 2 kinds of maps, and you should identify these 2 kinds and differentiate between them. Physical maps that show natural features of land such as mountains and rivers, and relief maps that show how land is formed on its surface, like this one. This is a physical map for the Middle East, and this is a relief map for Saudi Arabia. Next point. Here, this is the compass rose. Of course, you know that the compass rose is a drawing that is usually or always added for the corners of maps. Why? Because compass rose is usually put on maps to show us the main directions: the north, the south, the east, and the west. And the next point here, longitude and latitude lines. All of you look here at this at these 2 pictures. Can you see the geoid shape of Earth? This is called the geoid shape of Earth, slightly flat ball shape. Okay, there are some imaginary lines that cartographers or the people who draw maps usually add for the globe. The vertical lines that are parallel to the equator are called lines of latitude or latitude lines. So the line in the middle is called the equator that divides the globe into north and south, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. all the white lines up and down the equator are called lines of latitude, and the long lines that started from the North Pole and in the South Pole from up to down like this are called lines of longitude. So these lines are, the white ones are lines of latitude, longitude, or longitude lines. These are latitude lines. Again, these are the white lines from the east to the west. From the east to the west are called lines of latitude or latitude lines, but these ones from up to down are called lines of longitude or longitude lines. Why are there these lines, or are they true lines or imaginary lines? Let us say cartographers draw some imaginary line around the globe to help us find the places. Again, why do we have these lines of longitude and latitude? Again, to help us find the places. To help us find the places. They are called grids. All these lines together, if you put them together, they will form something like a net. They are called the grids. So these lines that form like a net are called the grids. They are titled using letters and numbers. These letters and numbers are called coordinates. Again, these lines of latitude and longitude lines together are called grids. They have names using letters and numbers. These letters and numbers are called coordinates. The latitude lines and the longitude lines together are used to find the places. They are used to help us find the places. Next one. Also, on maps you can see something like that in the corner of the map, like this one. Look here. Look at this map for Saudi Arabia. Can you see that line up? That is have two colors, light color and dark color. This line is called the scale. What is the story of the scale, and what is it? Why is it put here? Look here, girls. Look here. The map scale is a line divided into centimeters. Again, it is a line divided into centimeter. Up or down, they record for us each centimeter equals how many miles or how many kilometers in the real world. For example, look at this scale. Every 1 centimeter here equals 1 kilometer in the real world. Again, every 1 centimeter here equals 1 kilometer in the real world, and sometimes the 1 centimeter can equal maybe 100 kilometer or 1000 kilometer. Every map has a different scale. It is a relation between distances on maps and distances in real life. How to use a scale to measure real distances. For example, a map like this, you can find a dot for Medina and a dot for Jeddah. You can use a ruler to measure the distance between Mecca and Jeddah. If you find the distance on the map between Mecca and Jeddah maybe 2 centimeters, you can look at the scale and find the 1 centimeter equals how many kilometers. If the map tells us that the 1 centimeter equals for example 500 kilometers, so the 1 centimeter, if the distance on the map is 1 centimeter, so it means that it will be 500 kilometer in the real world. If it is 2 centimeters, it will be 500 plus 500 means 1000 kilometer, and so on. So in order to use a scale to measure real distances, number one, using the ruler, you should find out the distance on the map in centimeters, and using the scale you should find out the rule. The 1 centimeter equals how many kilometers in real life, then multiply. And in order to have an example for this, you can look at the booklet page 6, and we are going to do it in the class together in order to help you how to use a ruler to find how many centimeters, how to understand from the scale the 1 centimeter equal how many kilometers, and how to multiply in order to get the real distances between any two places or any two towns on the map. Inshallah, together in the period or in the VCR class, we are going to use a scale and practice using the scale to find out real distances on maps. Thanks for being with me, and I hope that you understand the lesson well. Goodbye till we meet again, and thanks for being with me. Goodbye.